Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I am working on Thankful Thursday, which is a hop hosted by Sandy over at Steak Goddess. I will have the link to her channel as well as all of the other ladies and gentlemen who are hopping along with us for the month of November. We are going to be doing a layout each week for Thankful Thursday to tell what we're thankful for. Last week, I used my October 2023 Hip Kit Club to tell you how thankful I was for my husband. This week, I am going to be doing the same, but I'm going to be using photos of my 5 children. So, I have them printed out, and I have the things that I'm going to use laid out here. I've got lots of scraps, got lots of bits and pieces here. So we're going to go ahead and pause this video. I'm going to make some cuts. I'm going to come back and it's going to be fast forwarded, and I will be right back. So I have my new Vicki Boutin Discover and Create stencil, my Pink Fresh Studios Rocky Slope ink, and the brush that goes with that ink. And I am going to put some stenciling on either side of my background. Now, I'm not going to do a whole lot of mixed media here because with 5 photos and embellishments and a title and journaling, there is going to be enough on the layout for you to rest your eyes on without adding too much. I just wanted a little bit of stenciling to eliminate some of that white space. I'm not super crazy about a vast amount of white space. It kind of makes me twitchy. So and of course it gives me an excuse to use this new stencil, which I really, really like. I got this one day last week in the mail when I got my pre-order from A Cherry on Top of the Discover and Create collection. If you have not seen that collection, I assure you it is absolutely stunning and you need it. There, I've enabled you. It's a gorgeous collection, but would we expect anything less from Vicki Boutin? I think not. The next thing that you'll see me do is to take this, like I said, this is a new to my stash stencil. It's the second time I've used it, but I am going to stencil on the piece of white cardstock that will go in the Avery L envelope that I keep my stencils in. And this is just how I know where to put my stencils back when I'm finished. All right, my next step is going to be to trim off the branding strip from that piece of blue pattern paper. It is a scrap from another layout, as is this piece. I have cut into all of my papers in my October Hip Kit. So I'm just kind of trying to get them all used up at this point. Part of me is kind of sad to use this piece up because it has that beautiful pumpkin print on the back, but I don't have any pumpkin print pictures to scrapbook right now, so I'm going to go ahead and use it up here. Now, as you saw, I cut the tree piece down into 1/2-inch strips, and I'm only doing this to add some color into the layout. I'm not really worried about you seeing that those are trees. I mean, I guess you can see that they're trees, but to me, most of it's going to be covered with photos and embellishments, so only the colors are going to peek through, and that is why I'm including them here on this layout like that. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use the back side of it to print or to mat my photos. Now, I chose a different photo of my middle child and oldest daughter, Courtney. The one that I showed at the beginning of the video was a photo with her husband, and this is a photo of just her. And yes, I absolutely will scrapbook a larger version of that gorgeous photo some other time. I just needed a decent photo of her for this layout, and I just chose this one because I also wanted her photo to be landscape, and you'll see why when I go to start putting these photos down. So I am just cutting the strips out as I mat one photo, and then I will have all of these photos matted. Now, if you didn't know, yes, I have 5 children. My oldest son, which is the photo that you can see on that top right that I just picked up, it was 30 this past summer. I also have a 28-year-old, almost 29-year-old, and my daughter Courtney will be 27 in December. Seth just turned 21 and Emily is going to be 19 in December. So I have all adult children now, and I've spent most of my life being their mom, their teacher, their biggest fans, and so I am incredibly thankful and blessed to have these 5 gorgeous children to call my own. So I was also trying to be very strategic with that tree paper. As I used the back of it to mat my photos, I made sure that I left a 12-inch strip to use on another layout. I have an idea brewing in my head to use that strip, and so I wanted to make sure that I had enough. So this is how my photos are going to end up on the background. So you saw how I was going to lay the photos down. Now I'm going to go ahead and start adding the embellishments and my title piece. I am quite pleased that there were 5 hearts in that pack of crocheted heart embellishments, because one for each kid. And so I'm going to strategically place those around each photo. Seth and Emily, I think I've said this before, we homeschooled, and in our home, because there were so many kids, we had things set by color. So each child had a color of pencil, color of notebooks, color of folders, etc., that they had so that they would know which ones belonged to whom. Seth's color was blue and Emily's color was pink. Now, Tyler's color was red, and Garrett's color was green, and Courtney's color was purple, and those colors are not in this color palette in this collection. But I did match up the pink and the blue with Seth and Emily just because. So I sorted through the various ephemera pieces and fussy cut bits, like that little row of houses that I'm putting in front of the house ephemera with the trees is actually from a piece of pattern paper in the collection, and I just saved the little bit that I cut off, and I'm going to use that in front of that larger house. I did cut out a label. My labels came from Illustrated Faith. I bought the digital file and I print them off on cardstock, and I use them quite often, so you'll see them on many of my finished and completed layouts. Now I've got the fussy cut flowers on here where I want them, and I'm going to add some of these little flat back pearls on here just as an added embellishment. And you saw that I added a wood veneer camera up there on that journaling label. Nothing is actually glued down except for the photos and my title. And I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't glue down the ends of my title. I left those without adhesive so that I could do some tucking, and I will, when I go off camera and glue everything down, I will go ahead and finish gluing that title down so that it's completely adhered to my background. As an added embellishment, I wanted to use my Nuvo drops in the center of that wood veneer camera that I placed on my journaling label and fill it with a matching color. I thought that looked really great. It helped make it pop, and anyway, I really like how that turned out. All right, we are finished with this layout. You saw that I added some Nuvo drops into the heart on my wood veneer camera. I did pop some of this up with foam adhesive here, 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 and here. I didn't do everything. I do want to make a note that I ended up having to try to use my Scotch quick dry glue to glue these hearts down. A glue dot did not work. It wouldn't stick to it. And if for some reason in 24 hours, 48 hours from now when I check this again, if they have not adhered properly, because right now I can move them, I will come back in with my PPA or perfect paper adhesive wet glue. That glue will glue anything down. I use that for altering stuff, and once you get that glue on there and it has dried, it's not coming off again. I have stuff on the wall that I have glued with like some of my altered canvases, and that glue is amazing. It just takes forever to dry. I do want to thank you for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate those of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, I would love for you to click that button below to subscribe. If you want YouTube to notify you, click the bell as well, and they'll send you a notification when I put out new content. I strive to get new content onto my channel 2 to 4 times per week. So far this week, I've only got 2 videos on here. I'm trying for a third. We'll see how things go for the remainder of the week. If not, then you will see me here for certain on Sunday, which is the beginning of a new week, and maybe next week I'll get more than 2. But you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. I hope that you guys have an amazing weekend. Bye.